I saved my husband's life by snooping through his texts. My husband and I are 28 with 3 kids. He's always had low self-esteem. I do too, but not like he does. About 7 years ago, we got new phones and I found out I can read his texts. He can see mine too, but he didn't know about it. For his birthday and Christmas I'd snoop around his texts and see if there's something he was talking about that he wanted. Around one Christmas, I was pregnant with our second child at the time and I was snooping for a gift he may like. I saw he was texting someone something suspicious, saying where can we meet, and I thought this was with another girl. I read more and I found out he was buying substances. My husband and I don't even drink, so I freaked out. I wondered about how long this was going in for, if I even knew my own husband anymore. Turns out he was buying something that doesn't get you high, but unalives you. I looked around everywhere. I tore our room apart and didn't find anything. I went through the search history and all his emails on his phone when he was asleep that night, and found out he was making arrangements for a specific date 3 months after I was due. He was looking at life insurance, which we have had since I'm a stay-at-home mom. He was even looking up how much it costs to be cremated. Once he got home, the first thing I did was sneak his phone and text that guy and say I'm no longer interested. If someone else tells you otherwise, it means someone else has my phone and deleted that guy's number. I didn't want him to know I was snooping, but the thought of my husband not being around tore me. I remember being sick to my stomach and bawling in our room just thinking of the idea of not having him around. I love him more than life in itself. I would die for him and not even have to think about it. My husband is my entire world. That day on I made sure he knew that, even if it meant embarrassing myself. I started bringing him flowers at work almost every day. When he would come through the door I would screech with excitement and give him a hug and a smooch and tell him I missed him so much and I couldn't stop thinking about him all day. When I was out with him, I would tell him how beautiful and handsome he is. When he was around my friends I'd say look at my husband. He's so beautiful. I'd call him at work and ask how much longer until he's home. I got him to start going to therapy too. One night I woke him up because I was freaking out and couldn't sleep. I told him I had a nightmare. I said I had a dream he passed away. He said why is that a bad thing? And I told him how he's my entire world and he's all I live for. I said I could have all the money in the world. It would mean nothing if I didn't have you. He asked me if I was serious and I said 100%. I'd sleep under a bridge if it meant I still got to sleep next to you. He said I didn't know you felt that way and I asked if I could go with him to therapy, to which he said yes. I told his therapist that I think he has depression, and he admitted he might. He got a prescription, and it seemed to help him a whole lot. Even though it's been 5 years, I still do all those nice things for him. Like call him handsome and bring him flowers. I don't ever want him to second guess for a second that he's my sunshine.